Hi, this is Jay. I'm the one that's been making some of these aftermarket rotary switches for Frontline or Tin Star and Wild Western. Most of them go the Frontline, but there's videos of these specific ones. This is the buttonhole one, so it doesn't take up much real estate, just goes through an existing buttonhole. And what's cool about this is you get rid of one of your buttonholes, but you still have a button. So it should be good for people that want to do MAME and have some fun without having a dedicated machine. And then I also make the full-size units. People really like these. They're really smooth, and they can go in an existing machine, same spacing. The shaft's a little long for 3/4 inch control panel, but if you're going to use this on an original, you just cut it down. But people get really high scores with these. Actually, the highest score I ever got, I did on one of these little guys, so that they work pretty good. Well, what we're talking about today is I'm going to do a few rebuilds. This particular switch here, when it came to me, believe it or not, the pin was even broke. And somebody had installed some stuff incorrectly and they just ripped it to pieces. So this one had some pretty tough life here. And so what I did is had to figure out a way to do this. And so what I wanted to do, the problem with the original is it has, the shaft gets worn in here where it's going up and down. And then it's also going up and down on a piece of metal this thin. And so you can imagine the shaft gets worn and this hole gets bigger and bigger. And so the next thing you know, it's moving back and forth. The bottom doesn't seem to be a problem because all the stress is on the top. And so even if you had a new shaft, it doesn't solve your problem because the hole's too big. So what I did is I wanted to use a full oil impregnated bronze bushing that's, about 3/8 of an inch long. And so I bore out this with a ream so that this goes through this, and then I drill a hole in this Delrin plastic and press fit it into the top. It's grooved, so even if you get really abusive over time, it won't rotate and then loosen over time. It's like locked on there, so it's press fit and locked. And to make this all possible, I had to make the shaft longer. So if you look at this, it's got, new key, but the distance between here and here is extended the length of this bushing. So now you have all this surface area. This is a stainless steel shaft moving up and down on this oil impregnated bronze bushing. So it's got 6 times the surface area. It's self-lubricating, so this thing should last a lot longer than the original by a long shot. And also when I do that, I'll pop on new switches. It has to be complete though, because there's a few parts in here that I can't replace. And because I put this on here, the one thing to note is when you install it, you're going to have to extend your standoffs from underneath the panel by 1/4 inch, because this is 1/4 inch thick at the top. And then I had some overlays done for the switches, and you can get, I believe the original was just the pointer, and then later machines had the pointer with push down to fire in text. And so I had both made. I had to do them on CAD so that I could try to get exact match to the originals. So I did that. So you have to pick which one you want. It's a textured stuff they use on the best overlays for control panels, so it should be very durable. So this should be better than the original. I mean, most of the ones I've seen, they're just worn off and they look like silver. Sometimes you can salvage the existing because they put the push down the fire because people were confused. And if you take that off, sometimes you have the original underneath that's in decent shape. So that's something to keep in mind too. So if you did, you just leave that one in there. But anyway, these are kind of demanding to rebuild, so I'm only going to do a few. I really have very little time for this kind of thing. I just do it because I like doing it. So I'll do a few of these. Check it out on eBay. And also, especially if you don't have a lot of room, think about that buttonhole unit, because it's, I think I've gotten, I've gotten up to at least 150,000 on the machine with the original PCB board with just this little guy. This knob is the same diameter as this knob, and it works great. It's just they're real hard to make. So anyway, let me know. Contact me through eBay if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.